Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox follows Barry Allen, the Flash, who lives with constant regret over the unsolved murder of his mother, Nora. Haunted by this tragedy, Barry, one of the fastest beings on Earth, decides to break the rule that superheroes shouldn't meddle with time. Using his incredible speed, he travels back to that fateful day, determined to prevent her murder. When Barry returns to the present, however, he finds that everything has changed drastically. The familiar world he knew is gone, and he's in a dark, alternate reality. In this new world, his mother is alive, but everything else is twisted. Barry quickly realizes he no longer has his superpowers, and as he stumbles through Central City, he encounters strange changes in society and government. The Justice League doesn't exist, and many of his former allies are either unrecognizable or have changed alliances. Aquaman, ruler of Atlantis, and Wonder Woman, queen of the Amazons, are locked in a catastrophic war that has decimated Europe. Their armies clash ruthlessly, destroying cities and killing millions, with the Atlanteans sinking entire countries, and the Amazons conquering what remains of the United Kingdom, renaming it New Themyscira. The altered timeline brings Barry to Gotham, where he seeks the help of Batman. But instead of his ally Bruce Wayne, he finds Thomas Wayne, Bruce's father, who has taken up the Batman mantle after young Bruce was tragically killed in that same alley where Bruce's parents were murdered in Barry's timeline. This Batman is ruthless, brutal, and operates as a vigilante who has no qualms about taking lives. Overcome with emotion, Barry tries to explain his identity and how the world has been altered, but Thomas is initially skeptical. However, Barry's mention of Bruce sparks something in Thomas, who still mourns his son's death and yearns for a different outcome. With Thomas's help, Barry undergoes a painful process to recreate the accident that gave him his powers. It's a dangerous gamble, with Barry suffering burns and injuries, but after several attempts, he finally regains his connection to the Speed Force, allowing him to access his super speed again. Now empowered, Barry sets out to find other allies who can help him fix the timeline. Alongside Thomas Wayne, he tries to rally a coalition of remaining heroes and outcasts, including Cyborg, Shazam, and the Resistance, a group of anti-hero fighters. Meanwhile, Aquaman and Wonder Woman's war spirals further out of control. Aquaman, enraged by Wonder Woman's affair with his wife, Mera, had killed Mera in a fit of anger. In his quest to repair the timeline, Barry discovers that his arch-enemy, Eobard Thawne, also known as the Reverse Flash, has followed him to this reality. Thawne taunts Barry, revealing that he's well aware of the timeline Barry altered and has been manipulating events to heighten Barry's misery. Thawne, originating from the 25th century, has replicated Barry's powers and uses them to terrorize him, claiming he will destroy everything Barry cares about just to see him suffer. As the final battle looms, Barry's allies, including Batman, Cyborg, and the members of the Resistance, launch a last-ditch effort to stop Aquaman and Wonder Woman before their conflict brings about the end of humanity. However, the situation grows grim as the Atlanteans activate a doomsday device capable of destroying the surface world. During the chaotic showdown, Thomas Wayne, who knows that his son Bruce is alive in the original timeline, gives Barry a note addressed to Bruce and implores him to run back in time and reset everything, even if it means erasing this alternate world. Barry realizes that his actions, though motivated by love for his mother, have caused catastrophic damage. He understands that restoring the original timeline means his mother's death, but it's the only way to save the world from utter destruction. With a heavy heart, Barry races back into the Speed Force, confronting Thawne along the way. In a climactic moment, Barry finally overpowers Thawne, leaving him trapped in the altered timeline while Barry escapes into the Speed Force to make things right. Barry wakes up back in his original reality, where the Justice League is intact and the world is at peace. He realizes he's restored everything to how it was, but his heart aches for the memories of his mother that he must now let go. In a final gesture of closure, Barry visits Bruce Wayne, handing him Thomas Wayne's letter. Bruce reads his father's words, moved by the message from the father he lost as a child. It's a rare moment of vulnerability for Batman, who sheds a tear, showing his gratitude for Barry's sacrifice. Justice League. The Flashpoint Paradox concludes with Barry's acceptance of the world as it is, having learned that tampering with time can have dire consequences.